Menoth John will not be seen tonight, so that we may present a very special collaboration between Beer Machine and Painting with Menoth John. Mothership, a horror survival RPG starring the cast of Beer Machine and Painting with Menoth John. Presented in Super Legitivision, the future of podcasting. It's .com. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Wednesday night edition of your favorite RPG, the Mothership RPG. I am, of course, your game master with the most. You know me, you love me. It's Menoth John. And, of course, with me is the ready and willing and able cast of the Beer Machine podcast and another guy. Not the other guy, another guy. Mr. You know him, you love him as our favorite Sergeant Snuffy. But we'll get to all that. Ladies and gentlemen, you have tuned in for the most exciting hour and a half, 2 hours of entertainment you can get every 2 weeks. But before we get too far into Around the Horn, as I like to call it, I want because people usually, the average listenership of our show is about approximately a minute and 30 seconds because people wise up really quickly. And I just want to let everybody know that John Con is on. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. John Con, the charity convention that is essentially a party at my house, is on for the 23rd, 24th, and 25th of July, 2021. You know, that's earlier, folks. Did you know, Rich? Did you know that is sooner than you can see Rage Against the Machine?
I was not aware of that.
That is almost a 3/4 of a year and cheaper.
Wow. Yeah, if they're going to continue, if they're going to continue charging the prices that I saw when they announced the tour with Run the Jewels, it probably would be cheaper to fly to John Con, spend the whole weekend drinking a ton of expensive alcohol, and then flying back after you've donated all of that in equal cost. So, yeah, go to John Con.
Yeah, go to John Con. And if you're watching this show and you're hearing our words, you probably know me. And you probably know one of these guys. So send them a message, and we'll get you invited to John Con and tell you all about it. But the 23rd, 24th, and 25th, there will be there will be camping on the site this year. We're doing it in the summertime, so it won't completely suck as far as the weather outside. We won't be huddling around the fire pit trying to stave off hypothermia like the last John Con. And we hope that lots of people can come. If you cannot attend, however, there will be ample opportunity for you to watch it, as John Con will be televised. The John Con will be televised. And you'll be able to watch RPGs and donate to have things happen to the party. And there will be a Friday night RPG, a Saturday night RPG, along with other shenanigans during the course of the show. We hope you can tune in. 100% of every dollar that is donated will go to the Racine Food Shelf and the Halo Homeless Shelter in Racine. And I say every dollar, and I mean that. Every operating dollar of John Con comes out of my pocket. I am very, very lucky. I am well taken care of by my employer. I have more. People who have more should give more. And the way I look at it, I want every dollar that comes in through this effort to go to the people who really need it. The folks that are struggling, the people that need just that little extra bit to get them through until they can get on their feet. And that's what John Con is all about. So tune in and keep that on there, and make sure you can get your happy ass to John Con if you can be here. We'd love to have you in person or virtually. So with that, as your GM, I am going to take the option this time to talk a little bit about my beverage selection for this evening. I'm going to start off with this. And this is not what you might think it is. No batches were mixed in the making of this particular drink.
I've seen those videos.
And but this is crema de limoncello, and this is homemade. I extracted the. There's a YouTube channel called Still It, and they had a recipe on there for making your own homemade limoncello. And then this is a variation on that uses, instead of using water, a 2-to-1 water and sugar simple syrup to proof the alcohol down, because you extract the lemons with Everclear. You use milk, whole milk, and sugar, and a little bit of vanilla. And I'm here to tell you, this is a nice little drop right here. And then after that, I'll be following it up with my favorite Amaro from Italy, Amaro del Capo, which is a very floral. It's got anise. It's got all kinds of good shit. I used to drink this every night when I would stop off at Bar Majestic in Milano on the way home from work, and served ice cold. And I went down to Chicago because that's the closest place I can get this stuff, and picked up 2 bottles of it. So that's what I've got. Folks, we did some levelings up since the last time we were together. And we're going to start off with everybody's favorite, cantankerous Slavic mechanic. You love him. You know him. He's Sasha Manikov.
So I went up to level 5. And I think it's going to be a little while before I hit 6, because I'm at 135 out of the needed 175.
It's a jump. So it starts to get to be a long.
That might be it for the adventure. We'll see. Yeah. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe. So my upgrades here, I gave myself +4 sanity.
Could move.
+4 body. Removed all my stress because I had 9. I learned the skill firearms, which cost 2 skill points, and I banked 2 skill points because I had them left over from the last time I leveled up.
Excellent.
Yeah, so I think that a little more defensive and, defensive mechanics, I suppose. But firearms hopefully will benefit me, because I don't think I hit anything the last time I shot. I can't remember. Maybe I did.
Rolling.
So yeah. Oh yeah, that was right. Yeah.
So I had a little something in my throat there. I had a little something, a little geshpilkus. You know what I mean?
And then for my booze, see if this can show up here.
Eagle Trace.
This is Eagle Rare bourbon.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep. And this is made there. No, my hand's behind it. You can see it.
It's made from real eagles.
Yes, they grind up eagles.
Eagles with fangs.
Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. It's a Buffalo Trace distilling bourbon, and don't kid yourself on the back. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The cornerstone. Shut up. No one cares. So, it's just a really good bourbon, and it used to be a lot cheaper. You used to be able to find this for like $35. Now it's $50.
Eagle go cuck.
Yeah. It's good. I don't know if it's $50 good, but it's really good.
That's like every good bourbon at that price range, though. They all just went up because people are like, "Ooh, this is classy," and then the secondary markup's bullshit, complete bullshit, like the stock market.
that
label about the price of Blanton's.
Blanton's is some bullshit for what they want for it.
It comes in at 45% alcohol, by the way. But yeah, it's solid. Has a nice invisible color. Nice medium.
Ghost booze.
Yeah. So cheers, Ron.
Cheers, Ron. Sounds great, man. That label, that clear label alone on that thing must be at least $10 a bottle.
So, it's they're screen printed on.
I know, right?
I'm sure that increases the cost.
$10 a bottle for sure.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to everyone's favorite meat popsicle. You know him, you love him. We call him Benedict Arnold. Bastard. Not coming to fucking John. I've got to go to training in Fort McCoy. Joe Snuffy. I'm only going to tease you all the time about this. You realize that. I know. Make you cry. Whatever.
I only picked Fort McCoy because it's the closest to you, John. So that hurts.
Well,
that hurts.
I'll stroke it off later about that. There you go.
I'm sure you will.
Away from rivers and chains.
All right, Snuffy, what do you got?
So tonight I'm bringing you another IPA, even though I hate it.
You want to talk about your fucking character for a minute? Hey. Let's put the cart before. Let's put the horse in front of the cart, just once. Tell us about your character.
Snuffy didn't do shit to level up. I got some experience for being Merkin and writing a map down because I was the only one apparently who was listening to directions when they were given.
Well, yeah, he's enlisted. He can read a map. Sorry.
I'm sure your GPS is leading you around at all times, Rich. So.
Yep. You know what's funny is I used to work on navigation systems. I'm literally the worst with my sense of direction, like the worst.
Did you plot where the chemtrails would go then?
Yes, I actually used to fix that switch. It was up here. Yep.
Didn't you go down a one-way the wrong way in Canada once?
I blame my BlackBerry for that. That's how long ago that was.
Blackberries are for emails, not for GPS.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so back to my beverage of choice. It is a Metamorphose Double India Pale Ale from Equilibrium Brewery in Middleton, New York, up by Y'all's, I guess. I don't know where that is.
I don't know where Middleton is. I gotta look.
It's because you're the bad navigator. You just told us this. I chose this strictly off the fact that it has a very alien-looking egg on the front and is in space, so it's in theme.
Are we
and
sure
I'm
it's an
nothing
egg?
if not in theme.
Are we sure it's an egg and it's not made out of gelatin? I'm just.
Oh no!
It's not an ovipositor. It's not an ovipositor, John.
You can fit the whole can.
You could probably turn it into one.
I mean, if I get spud like the ovipositor Jello egg into my mouth, you'll be the first to know, guys. First to know.
I feel like that's a callback, and that's a sign of a professional podcast right there.
Yeah, that's a double IPA.
Middleton is basically a tiny town downstate that no one probably knows exists because it's.
Or if you're from New York City, it's upstate.
Oh, upstate. Everything else is upstate.
I would like to recognize the best name I've seen so far in the chat room. Galvanized Goat. I would like to recognize that as a great name. There you have it.
Yep.
Hey, Ron.
Cheers, brother.
Hey, Ron.
Ron. Man, that is a good name.
Galvanized Goat. Amazing.
I want you to know, Galvanized Goat, that I wasn't picking on New York City just for you. It's because it's New York City.
All right, so let's move on from Sergeant Snuffy to the doctor with the mostest. You know him, you love him. He still has all his appendages for now. Reggie.
For now.
Yeah, I'm not banking on that fact for long.
No spoilers.
So yeah, we hit level 4.
Mm-hmm.
We increased by. So I did increase saves by 4 instead of the other things. So sanity went up to 44, fear to 29, body to 29, and armor to 34.
Okay.
I removed my 11 stress. And then I gained astrogation because we're crashed on a planet we don't know how to leave. And I figured having knowledge of navigation in space is going to be handy with these backwoods bastards.
Sounds like a good move. Sounds like some wise choices there. And what are you drinking this evening, Mr. Reggie?
Nothing fancy, but due to the heat while I'm in Florida, I'm drinking just some Corona Light.
Corona Light? Wow.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
He just was missing his family and some cars.
Where in Florida are you, Adam?
Down in Naples.
Oh, never mind.
Okay.
If you're on the other side, I would have said hit up Lauder Ale, but never mind.
Yeah. There's some good breweries. It's just I've been working like 12s and 14s, so I haven't really had time to go out and get it.
Big oof.
Double cran it's Wednesday, and I've already got 31 hours in.
Gross.
And Monday was a travel day.
Also gross.
So, but yeah, that's Reggie.
And I feel the pain, man. When startup time comes, I'm in the same boat too. Jobs are like that sometimes, man. They're like fits and starts. One day you're like, it's fuck off day, and the next time it's like, Jesus Christ, will I ever leave this plant?
Like it is, but it do.
Yep. And then of course everybody know him. You know him, you love him. It's Eric, that helpful hunk. Would you now you did not level up. You did not.
I did not. Eric is still compiling his upgrades.
Indeed, and that's a fine thing because we want to make sure that those upgrades install properly, because nobody wants to flash your firmware.
I'm just saying, if it takes as long to defragment as Windows ME, we're a little hosed.
Oof.
Was having the floppy removed and hoping for a USB stick.
We're not going to talk about Eric's floppy. So
Anatomically correct. So, and I am drinking a very small amount of 1792 cask strength.
Mm.
yeah,
It is very good. It's
So-
125 proof. It adds that burn that 1792 typically just doesn't have any of.
Nice.
we may have to. Do you think we should pick that up for John Con?
We could.
If they have it at Tenuda's?
Well, I
At
promise.
Tenuda's for sure.
I
Because
promise you
Premier
they have
charges $60 a bottle for it.
I
it's
can
probably
get
cheaper.
cast. I can get 1792 cask strength at Festival Foods grocery store.
Oh,
So it's. I mean, I think it's 50 there, but I'd have to check it.
Okay.
I'd have to check.
okay. Yeah, we'll take a look. We got lots of time while we're there.
The-
Yeah,
the-
it's worth the 60 anyway.
I'm here to tell you the
I mean,
booze
especially
prices
at
here,
that proof.
guys. For you guys, are gonna be like going home with booze.
Don't tempt me.
It is so
Okay.
freaking cheap compared to what you guys have to pay for it. Anyway,
Now I'm really going to cry.
anyway,
You're
so,
going to be in the same state. You know.
yeah, and you're gonna be up in like Trump land up there. You're gonna love Fort McCoy.
So I'm going to be at a military installation where there's nothing around it. Do you really think there's going to be that much alcohol left unpurchased on that installation?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
This just in, breaking news. It's official. Chef Eric Mac Davis will be cooking at John Con, his
Dun,
PTO.
dun,
Boom!
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, I'm so psyched.
I still have
more of
dreams
all.
about that beef stew he made.
That beef stew, dude.
The beef stew.
In the
Legendary
mashed,
beef
over
stew.
the mashed potatoes. Oh,
So, folks, if you're watching and you have not, if you've been going, we just need one. God, if only they had like a world-class chef cooking for the John Con. Well,
Oh, yeah. I wasn't just calling him a chef to be nice. He is a chef.
he's literally a chef, and his food is from scratch and off the hook, and and he's also like one of the sweetest, nicest guys you ever want to meet in your whole goddamn life. So.
he's also ageless. He looks younger than me.
Much like Gordon Ramsay,
I'm not
except
jealous at
without the
all.
bullshit.
If I remember right, Eric and I are not far off of each other. He's in his 40s, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think that you're that far off.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it turns out black don't crack, as I've heard. And that man is ageless.
God, I'm so fucking psyched now. Anyway,
Yeah, he's
um,
amazing, and that means I got a brother in funk too. It's gonna be amazing.
Uh-huh.
Jamiroquai will be the soundtrack of the weekend. Maybe not, but there'll be some other stuff too. Anyway, so folks, John Con, 23rd, 24th, 25th. Mark your goddamn calendars. Be here, be
of
square.
July, that is. July.
That one right there. The July 24th, 23rd, 24th, and 25th of July 2021. Be here or be square. If you can't, don't worry. Watch this channel. We will be advertising the fuck out of it. Feed somebody. Help somebody have a place to have some shelter, because that's what this is going to be all about this time. We're going to be giving half of it to the food shelf and half of it to the homeless shelter. They share a building, and guys, we'll go down there. We'll visit the food shelter in Halo. You can get a look. We'll
that'd
get a
be
little
cool.
look around and we'll talk. I want to give those guys the heads up that that's what we're going to do and stuff. So it'll be super sweet. All right. When last we were together, we had the group was separated. We had two factions, if you will. We had the group that was represented by Eric, Snuffy, and Sasha had hooked up with Breck's Breakers, and they had met up with Breck and had found out that Breck was eagerly working on an escape plan, if you will. And he's got a ship that he's working on, and the team correct me if I'm wrong, because sometimes I'm old and I forget things. But you guys have forged an alliance to work out getting the parts necessary to help get his ship off the ground to start a run to get out of here. Hyperdrives don't work in this system, and he's got room for 6 in the cryo tubes in his ship, and once you feel like you get out of the sphere of influence of whatever it is that's causing these hyperdrives to malfunction, you'll be able to get on your way. He affectionately refers to it as the coffin run, as cryotubes resemble coffins. The meanwhile, Reggie has suffered a different fate. Reggie has met up with a very interesting pair of individuals.
He's a strapping young lad.
What's that?
He's a strapping young lad.
He is a strap. He has met up with Dean. Dean is an enthusiastic youth who is dissatisfied with the leadership that his elders are providing. And Dean lives in what is known as the Tyrant Beggars Colony. And
I thought you were going to say Beggars Canyon.
I know. The Tyrant Beggars Colony.
Shooting womp rats back in Beggars Canyon.
I thought that was going.
See, in my T-36. And he and his dear girlfriend Anne, who we all remember and love from the last episode, have forged an alliance with Reggie to help them to kind of be able to get down to the planet. They want to escape this. They want to get down to the planet. They've been receiving mysterious podcasts or messages from the podcasts. Podcasts are fine.
From the tripod father.
Yeah, from the exactly from that's make it seem as though it's a pretty good place to be down there. There seems to be a lot of opportunity for a young man and woman like Dean and Ann. However, they've also encountered the matriarch of the Tyrant Beggar Moon colony. Her name's Malta. And Malta has at her right hand a gentleman by the name of John the Ripper. And Malta is missing a lot of parts. She's got a lot of prosthetics, and as is John. And Dean has told our good friend Reggie that amputation is part of the kind of the if you want to be she in this particular colony, you have to give to the group, and without very many resources for food, it has become tradition to offer up parts of oneself, literally. And so Reggie has formed an alliance with Dean to help him get down to the planet, and that is where tonight's action starts. But before that, I need to let a couple of you know that last night during your sleep you had some restless times. Sasha, once again, you have had a very restless evening. When you were sleeping last night, you found yourself in your dreams in a pale room. In that pale room, you hear the laughter of children, and you cannot pinpoint the source.
What the fuck, John?
That's all you remember. That's all you remember. A pale room with the crying of children, the laughter of children. Excuse me. And they don't seem to be really anywhere. You can't pinpoint a source of where it's coming from.
Wow, that's horrifying. Okay.
Reggie, you've had a very fitful night yourself.
Oh boy.
You've had a very fitful night as well. No matter how many, you find yourself in a laboratory but it's not a laboratory like you're used to. It seems to be much more of a torture chamber. And there's a person strapped to your examination table. And no matter how many volts you deliver to the subject, they won't divulge the information you're trying to get to. You can't. You feel like you can't. The person can't last much longer. I mean, you hope that they won't. And the people there. You sense that there's a presence around you while you're performing this torture, and they're getting impatient with you.
Mm.
Why are you dreaming about Stanford?
And that, and that's all you remember from your dream. Snuffy and Eric, you slept well last night.
Shit, yeah.
What the hell?
Maybe you're just not as resilient as us.
Mm-hmm. I blame the infection.
It's all those electric sheep I'm counting.
Exactly.
Electric sheep.
Exactly.
1.
0.
1.
11.
Wait, that's
binary
3.
jokes.
Wait, that's 3.
100.
All right, so
Binary jokes. Either you get them or you don't.
Oh!
All right, gentlemen. So as we enter in today, you've woken up. The three of you that the spotlight starts on the group of 3 that are with Brecht's Breakers, and Brecht has decided that we got to keep we all got to keep this to ourselves. This deal that we have, there's no way that we can let Malta know about all this. But we're gonna have to, as you may or may not know, I'm unsure exactly what all the team that has that brought you to me has shared with you, but we are a semi-autonomous enclave from the Tyrant Beggar Moon base. We got a lot to say about what we do out here. We have more freedom than most. We have an eagle. We got our guns. We got that flag over there. And that all equals freedom now, doesn't it? So
shit, yeah, my kind of people.
We get all our news from Freedom Eagle.
Yeah, we got Tyrant Beggar ONN.
FreedomEagle.net.
Tyrant Beggar American.
Mars.
Yeah. So we're gonna make Tyrant Beggar Moon base great again. One spaceship at a time. And but I think we probably that before we get too hot and bothered, this the leader over there is a woman of stern disposition. Her name's Malta. You guys, we need to kind of keep this little deal of ours underneath our hat. You understand?
Sasha says, "Are you on bad terms with this Malta?"
We have a very fundamental difference of opinion. She tolerates what we do here out here at the scrapyard. She tolerates it because she knows that without it, there could be no possibility of us surviving under such meek and, frankly, stark terms as we find ourselves here. We are clearly God has abandoned us, and we have to find our way. But I think if we don't get you over there and show you what's going on, I think that Malta's going to be more than just a little suspicious of what our possible motivations might be.
I understand. We will talk to this Malta and be cordial.
Sounds good, gentlemen. So you suit up, and you get your pressure suits on, and you embark from the area that the Brecht's Breakers have their base, and heading towards the Tyrant Beggar Moon. And we pull the spotlight off from you 3, and we move back to the spotlight back to Reggie, as Dean has come back to the. Malta's very, very upset. She's very upset, and she says that Brecht is coming with some people who are strangers. Do you think that these strangers might be people that you know?
They could be.
I'm very worried about this. This is unusual. We need to, when we talked about getting off of here and going down to the planet, we were very concerned about the fact that Malta might cause a problem. Do you think these people that are with Brecht is going to be a problem? Are they your friends, right?
Well, if they're my friends, Dean, they'll probably be like mine and like to go to the planet too.
Do you think
We have
that
lots of questions, and I think going to the planet might help us figure those out.
These questions. I like questions. Questions can be answered, and then when we have answers, then we can ask more knowledge of things. So, do you think that I should talk to your friends first, or do you think that I should have Ann talk to your friends first?
Dean, I think you would do best talking to them. I think Ann's better off helping me here stay hidden in the sculpture garden.
I'm very good at hiding things. Ah!
You just had to get that in, huh, John?
No way Ann's going away that easy.
Ann, I appreciate everything you've done.
Is that what you appreciates about her?
I think you ought to back that off about 25% there, Squirrely Dan.
Nicely done.
So now we cut we got the spotlight back to the group that has been coming along through the wastes to the front door of the airlock of the Tyrant Beggar Moon Base. And you come in the front door, and the airlock opens up, cycles. You're able to take your pressure suits off, and a door opens in front of you labeled Common Area. And Brecht leads the group of you in to a reception. And waiting for you in the common area is a woman with a number of prosthetics. You can see that she's missing a leg. She's missing her nose, which is very unusual. You're not used to seeing anything like that. And
her ear.
I need the three of you to. I need Eric and Sasha and Joe to give me a sanity check.
Uh-oh.
So she kind of looks like Skeletor a little bit.
She's a scary-looking unit.
Red Baron.
So let's.
What do you want, a sanity check? You said?
I want a sanity check. So let's start off with Eric, and This is at a normal sanity check. There's no advantage or disadvantage or anything like that.
My sanity's not so great. Fear, though. Oh, hey, I'm good. 11.
You're fine.
Off of 28.
You're fine.
Yeah.
Snuffy, what do you got?
Oh, shit, yeah. 15.
15. You're fine and dandy. Sasha, Rillen.
Oh, stop.
98.
Oh. No, I rolling the shit out of that.
Fucking called it.
89 out of a 42.
Okay, well, it's not critical, so you only take one stress.
Oh, good. I'm at 1.
Yep. It's all good. So the so you walk in, and the woman steps forward. Brick, what have you brought in this time on your adventures out in the wasteland? And then Brecht is about to start talking when Sasha interrupts. I'm not going to role play with myself. Let's just be fair, just right up front, okay? So you're going to talk for Brecht. You're going to take over and introduce yourself and whatnot, okay?
Oh, okay. Sasha just looks at her, makes good eye contact, extends his hand as old Earth style. He says, Privyet, my name is Sasha, and you are Malta?
So you've heard of me. That is very, very impressive. I must ask Brecht what he has been saying about me. I'm hoping it is only good things.
Yes, mostly good. He suggested that we talk to you. We are newly stranded on this moon.
Newly stranded, you say? How long have you been here?
How long? How many days has it been?
I don't know. Make something up. I'm not going to call you on it.
I can't remember. So
it's probably like 2 or 3 days at this point. 2 days.
We'd have been here 3 nights now. This is day 4, and I was wondering if you have seen one of our crew members. We could not locate him after the crash, and there is a chance maybe he was picked up by one of your people, because Brecht did not see him. Have you seen a very prestigious, very smart, nerdy type? I think they call it.
Well, now that you mention it, there's a certain individual in my care by the name of Dean that seems to have found a new toy, and he's certainly seems to be of about the similar vintage of being here on the moon as you gentlemen. Perhaps he is the individual that you are missing.
It sounds like he probably is. Could we talk to him?
I think that could possibly be arranged. So, what brings you to this particular? But first, let's get to know each other, perhaps just a little bit better.
Of course.
You know, we're a very poor colony here. There's not very many of us, and what we have is very resource constrained, if you will. Yeah, but let me take you over to your friend, and let's see if we have a. We'll see what we can see if this is the gentleman you're looking for. So you
very good.
We leave the common area and head directly backwards. So there's the door you came in through and the door that you left from. By the way, you'll notice you don't have a map for this.
That's fine. It's the middle of nowhere.
You know why
right?
you don't have a map is because there's no reason for you to have a map.
It doesn't exist.
There's no reason for you to have one, so you don't have a map. So you come into the next door that opens up immediately from the area that you were just in. Appears to be dormitories, and there's a lot of there are bunks that are out in the open. There are also a lot of like curtains and partitions and things like that to areas to give privacy and such like that. And they had come directly through that dormitory into a what appears to be some type of a combination of it's a little bit unusual what you see inside of this one. It's a contradiction of terms. At once you see what appears to be icons and sort of almost religious sort of fetishes and things like that. But also in the same breath, there appears to be surgeries that maybe have happened.
Oh,
and perhaps some type of almost looking like hospital type items in this area. Does anybody want to give any type of an observation check?
I'm sure. What do I roll on this?
Okay, so I'm gonna give. We'll do a check on intellect for the three of you.
I'm not too bright, so.
How about
holy shit! I passed. I rolled a 32 out of 34. Look at that.
Okay, good for you. Anybody else?
Okay.
What do you got?
32 out of 30. That's not the right number.
Nope.
No, that's.
What about you,
Way
Snuffy?
to go, robot.
What about you, Snuffs?
33 out of 42.
That is a critical success. So, this is, as you're looking at this and as you're noticing the unique manner in which people are looking, you'll notice that this is most likely a place where ritual surgery is taking place. This is highly likely where people have lost their limbs in the name of some type of ritual, giving up of the body part. And that's what you notice. You can try to share this with the rest of the group, but you will need to make a save on some type of stealth in order to make.
So
this happen.
So Snuffy is with me and Eric is not.
Snuffy is with you. Eric is with you. However, only Snuffy really notices that, really puts the pieces together that this is where ritual amputations are taking place.
When you followed up with that ritual with surgery, I was at first relieved that it wasn't a sacrifice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Just a different kind of sacrifice there, Dan.
So
this save, would it be a speed because it's reaction under pressure, or would this be another intellect check?
That's a good question.
I'm going to take it on speed.
That's a 50-50 chance, guys.
Yeah, because speed says reactions act under pressure. That makes sense.
Hey, I don't think about these things. I just react.
Okay, so give me a speed check then, tough guy.
It's 52, so...
To be fair, Josh already offered her his hand.
To be fair.
To be fair, I done fucked up. That's a 90.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Shit,
The game
guys!
is afoot.
So Malta turns around and says, "Excuse me, gentlemen, what exactly are you talking about? This is a relatively sacred space we have right here. What
I'm sorry, ma'am. It's just different to the way I was brought up, and it was just taking me a moment to catch my bearings.
I did
in
not
relation
ask,
to what I
sir, I did not ask you for an apology. I asked you for information. Now, what is it you were sharing with you, as I have offered you nothing but the kindest and most generous hospitality upon entering my base?
Ma'am, I was just saying this place looks important to you folks, so I wouldn't want to disrespect it none.
It is important to us, and I would ask, it is important to us, and I would expect, and I would appreciate it if you would appreciate the gravity of where you are. This is our church. We here at the beggar base have certainly suffered greatly after having had the misfortune of finding yes, Dan.
Oh no, that's Eric.
Oh, okay. Yes, Eric. We have suffered greatly upon having the misfortune of having been a Mr. Eric. Why is it that you have your hand up like that?
In my reading, it has told me that raising your hand without interrupting is the proper way to ask a question.
That is very genteel of you for someone who apparently is not, shall we say, a carbon-based life form.
Thank you.
What can I do for you, Mr. Eric?
Your religious space is very interesting to me.
Well, thank you.
If you have the ability to remove limbs, is it also within your rituals to add extra?
Well, that is a very interesting question. We can certainly sew them on you, but I cannot guarantee that they will be functional.
That's okay. Thank you for answering my question.
It would be more decorative than functional, if you know what I mean.
Are we going to see the erectopus?
I will tell you. and boys and girls, that's how legsies happened in the forest.
Eric is more than fully anatomically correct.
But I have to
check 4 legs.
But I have to tell you, Mr. Eric, that would be a damn shame waste of a good foodstuff. When we do our ritual, when we have our rituals, that is to give to the community. That is for the people. And we have only limited resources, and we have suffered greatly since the time that we had arrived on this moon. And those that have given more are among those that are respected more in this society.
Sasha leans in and he says, Malta, I thank you for your explanation, description, is very very interesting. I apologize for my friend in the camouflage. She your people that you have do running and shooting and not much else. That's him.
Does he happen to have a perchant for the taste of crayon?
Probably.
Yeah, I was.
In
thinking
fact,
that
I
as
think
much.
it was on our ship.
I
He
can
colored.
I've
thing.
experienced his kind in my past.
Yes.
Let us now that we can understand each other a little bit better. I think that, to be honest with you, no one leaves here. Nobody.
I understand. Brecht said he has been here for a long time. And is it true you have also been here for a long time?
We have been here many, 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 many moons. That is for sure. We have been here longer than some of us can even remember. And
I have a question. How do you count moons when you're on the moon?
are you being a smart Alex, son?
I'm just fucking.
I know.
Way to fuck us over after saving us, Sasha.
How dare you?
Oh,
Let me introduce you to bed number 3. That's our favorite. No,
so
it has most certainly been a very long time, sir, and it's the we have basically we have options to present to you, and I wasn't going to get to this part probably as quick as possible, but your friend will be hearing this as well. Actually we're nearby. Let's just kind of all get together before I spill the beans, if you will. And she leads.
This sounds very good. Thank you, Malta.
She leads you forward to a door that says quarantine cells, and you walk in, and there, sitting on the side of a slab is your good buddy, Reggie.
Hello, Reggie. I am glad to see you again. Have you also engaged in ritualistic religious autophagia?
I assume that's not me.
Oh, he talked right at you.
Oh, he's addressing you, yeah.
No, I mean I'm in the sculpture park garden.
No, you're back. I'm sorry. You were, but you're back in the quarantine
that
cells
was
because
a hell of a twist.
That's where I was confused.
because I just dragged your character through the power of plot back into the quarantine
okay.
cells.
The power of plot.
You just grabbed him with the mouse pointer and pulled him from one room
See,
to the
that's
other.
the beautiful thing about using tabletop simulator. I just pick your sorry ass up and jam you right into the quarantine cells.
All right. Well, quarantine cell.
Get in the box.
Yeah. Well, nice to see you, Eric. Have you seen my leg? Do you have my bag?
Your leg.
No,
Well, my leg's
I
all fucked up.
apologize. I was unable to locate your bag.
All right. Well, thank you, Eric. It's very good to see you guys. Where have you guys been? It's been interesting over here.
We have been kidnapped by friends.
I do not think that means what you think it means. Reggie, we were at a different camp with a Brecht, possibly the person who shot our ship down.
Well,
Possibly, he done said it.
Oh wait, yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
He admitted to shooting our ship down.
well, I'm sure he had good reasons, Sasha.
I don't think he did. But
What good reason would he have to shoot our asses out the sky?
You know
He
I
needed
am
friends.
Gentlemen, I am standing right here.
wait, Brecht was with us the whole time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Of course he
Yeah,
is.
he's been with
When
us.
would he have left?
I thought
Yeah.
he left. I'm sorry.
No.
I misunderstood.
I am standing
All I
right
can
here.
tell you guys is Malta
I
and
just
her
love
crew.
like-
Yeah, because I thought I was
stand
talking
up.
on behalf of Brecht earlier when I met Malta.
Brecht was standing
No.
next to you, but he was talking.
Yeah.
You were decided to talk. It's okay.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
okay. No,
I like-
he's not appalled. He's just like, yo, dog, I'm right here.
I love the idea of Sasha just never looking behind him because there's so much fucked up stuff ahead of him that he forgets that Brecht is with us.
It's become
Yeah.
it's become a character trait, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Malta's there too.
Malta
Yeah,
is
Malta's-
absolutely with you.
Yeah.
But so let me
Yeah.
describe exactly who the fuck is in the
Welcome
room
to
with
the
you, so
drama.
there's no
Oh.
confusion. So Brecht is with you. Malta is with you. Dean
Death
is
John.
with you, but he's skulked off into the corner. He doesn't seem like
Okay.
he wants too much to do with any of this.
He's doing Dean stuff. All right.
He's doing Dean stuff quietly and kind of just kind of crouching in the corner back in the shadows.
Gotcha. Okay. So Sasha says, Reggie, no one these people remember has ever left this planet. Or moon. We may be the first to leave. If we can leave.
Well, I mean, with enough scrap, I mean, I might be able to get something functional to get us off.
I need you to give me a stealth check if you're going to say that.
Wait, you mean me or
if you're going to talk about getting off of the planet in front of Malta, I need you to give me a stealth check.
All right.
I'll give you a mulligan on this one. Okay?
Yeah, all right.
You have been explained by Brecht that you need to keep this on the down low, and Malta's in the same room with you. Okay.
Okay.
Who's the dumb one now?
Oh.
So guys, Malta and Dean here, they've been taking really good care of me. They found me. I kind of woke up here. They took care of my leg. I've got a pretty banged up leg, and and so far, I mean, nothing bad's happened.
Eric knows first aid, doesn't he?
I know first aid.
Sure.
Okay.
I do.
Cool.
Actually, hold on. Let me check that.
Because I do not.
I know I'm supposed to have first aid, but let me tell you a secret about Eric and what he's supposed to do.
Eric definitely has first aid.
He definitely has first aid, though. Awesome.
Also,
yeah. I mean, if I'm allowed to treat him, I will.
Do you have?
All I'm gonna say is my meat has gone sour, guys.
No, you're making a weird face, John. What's going on?
No, I'm just. Okay, I'm
super.
I'm super cool with somebody wanting to do a first aid check on Reggie's leg.
I have a med scanner. I am not seeing. Hold on.
Let's just leave it like.
Okay, I have a first aid kit and a med scanner.
Okay. Thanks for verifying shit out of character. Sasha looks at Eric and he says, Machina, can you please assess and treat Reggie's injury?
Groovy.
Okay.
Groovy.
And I'm gonna try.
Yep, absolutely.
So Sasha looks at Malta and he says, please understand that I'm not doubting your abilities, but he is a trained machine.
There is no problem with any type of insult or injury on this one. I had nothing to do with the patching up that you're seeing on your friend here. This was. Do you see that gentleman over there in the corner who's appearing to make himself seem as small as humanly possible?
Yeah. Sasha looks over and sees some nerd sitting in the corner.
Wow.
Did we literally just drop the word nerd as a derogatory on this podcast? Because I'm not sure.
Just try to bet a Dean.
Hang on. Sasha Wood. Remember.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay.
Base IT.
So, no, yeah, for sure. If you've got some kind of medicine or something and that leg doesn't look super sweet, you give her a shot.
I got a 33 out of 40 for the first aid.
A 33 against a 40?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay, critical success. So you go over there with your kit and you open it up and you run your medical scanner on it, and you have exactly what you need to treat the impending infection on this. There's a sulfa pack in there. You're able to scrape out the bullshit, and you notice that the medical treatment that he has received is not only not rudimentary, it appears to be beyond improvised. And Dean starts coming out as you're treating him, and comes up to you and says, I did the very best I could. I don't know much about these people. You know, there's people and I know how to things that grow in the ground sometimes, but not so much what makes people happen. Is he going to be okay?
I believe he'll be okay, but he is most certainly not plant matter.
Yeah, I know. He's made of meat. People are meat, and meat is very valuable, and we don't want to waste meat. But he
is made of meat.
I'm very happy that you are very able to help him. I'm Dean.
Hello, Dean. I am Eric.
I didn't mean him any harm. I wanted to help him. He was very nice to me. Not many people.
That's
are.
okay.
Dean, I
He
appreciate
puts
everything.
himself at risk of harm.
I just want him to be happy and to be okay because I don't have many friends, but I like him and he's
Aw.
nice to me, and then he was even nice to Anne. Anne's not so many people like Anne, but he was nice to her. But have you met Anne?
Isn't Anne standing in the fucking room?
No, Anne's not in the same room. I did.
Oh, wait, no,
But
Anne
John-
didn't even come with us.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Whew.
No.
Oh.
Anne,
Oof.
Anne
Full
might
Dutch.
find an airlock. Anne might find an airlock before too long. We'll find out.
Yeah.
But anyway, so can
As
you
Matt
can you
said,
can
and voiced by Sloth.
and Dan and Eric, excuse me, and Dean reaches up and touches you on your shoulder, Eric, and he goes, "Wait, this is." He touches you again. Says, "I, are you a Tin Man? Are you the
I
Tin?
am made of synthetic meat.
You
God
like
damn.
He's a meat substitute.
like
Eric's new name is
like-
Boca Burger.
like spam."
You're like
I
a
have-
vegan shrimp.
he gets this
I'm sorry, what was that, John?
he gets this really confused look on his face, and he says, so things are not the same here now as they were before. So you are not. So I'm confused. It's okay. It's okay. But you're helping my friend, and that's all that really matters. And thank you. I like to learn a thing when you put the medicine on him. Where did you get that medicine? That medicine is very nice.
It is from this bag. I believe this bag was packed with me in my crate. It is part of my purpose.
He gives you a confused look, and I'm going.
I
What?
sleep in a box.
I'm and he looks around and says, I'm just glad you're helping my friend. And then he looks at you square in the eyes and he goes, "Thank you." And then
You are welcome.
he
Thank
steps
you.
away back to where he was standing. And
Okay, go right back to the wound.
yeah, you're back to the wounds. So you're able to clean the wound, and you're able to suture it up so that it's properly closed, and the infection is gone from Reggie.
Awesome.
Awesome. Good.
So Malta has observed all of this taking place in front of her. So, gentlemen, you have skills. You have skills that are that I believe are not usually seen amongst people who find themselves here at the Tyrant Beggar Moon Base. This is an opportunity, an extreme opportunity for us as a people to advance. And while surely there is a your coming here is probably not where you wished you were. Obviously, this is not where you had set course for. It is for none of us. But we would like to offer you the opportunity to join us, if you would be willing to really, follow our ways and become a part of our society. And upon hearing this, the three of you notice, you notice that our good friend, our dear good friend Dean, his ears pick up. He's now looking at you, and his eyes have gotten wide.
I say to Malta, are you do you mean to offer us a place in your society?
That is exactly the offer that I am making to you now. There is absolutely a part of our world that you need to join with us, and that we feel a strong desire that if you are to be with us, you must be a part of us.
Sasha has a look on his face of understanding and contemplation, and he says, Malta, we are flattered that you would bestow this honor upon us. However, we still need to tend to our ship, to our friend. But we very much appreciate what you are offering us. Also, Machina is, as Dean said, not meat.
My flesh is primarily made of silicone and is not fit for human consumption. I apologize.
Anyway, I can't keep a straight face. So Sasha continues. Malta, we will. How did you say in English? Take it under advisement, I believe. But we thank you for your hospitality, and we thank you for looking after our crewmate Reggie. And thank you.
What a senseless waste of human life. I deeply regret your current course of actions. You see, for there is no escape from this moon. I cannot express in words deeply the sadness I feel that you have chosen the path that you have chosen.
Now, Malta.
You can interrupt her? Yeah?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was not done. I was not done speaking.
Yeah.
What do you want to
It
say?
might be the meds here, Malta. I do apologize for interrupting, but Sasha, it means that we have valuable resources that our crashed ship might be able to offer to the communities.
I think you fail to understand the fact that those are already ours. It is just a matter of time.
Malta,
Yes.
I think we have a misunderstanding, but do you know Brecht here, yes?
Yes, I am very aware of Mr. Brecht and the goings on at his particular base.
He thinks he understands that parts of our ship belong to him, not you.
Oh no.
Play them off against each other.
I'm laughing
Well,
out of
there's
character.
there's without question that Brecht's primary responsibility to this colony is to retrieve the parts of those poor unfortunates that have found themselves in our systems, either currently up in space or those that have found their way to our moon. So it does not surprise me that Brecht believes that that ship holds colony property, and I would agree with him on that particular topic. What you fail to recognize is that the moment you landed upon this moon, that ship became colony property.
Of course it did, Malta.
What? Go ahead, Adam. Sorry.
Of course it did, Malta. We're just trying to help the best way to get it and utilize it for the community.
The community will
That ship
utilize.
is corporate property. The company belongs all processes and hibernating individuals. According to our operating manual. Yes, that is correct. While you are in hibernation, you are property.
That is an interesting perspective, and I look forward to the opportunity to have a detailed discussion about that with your corporate overlords. But for now, you and all of your possessions belong to me because I run this particular base. Now,
I'm assuming that's Malta talking, right?
That's Malta. I know it's hard to tell the
like
difference
any
between
sense
Brecht
of shock
and
from
Malta.
Brecht at this point, or worry on his
It's all good.
face.
Brecht is keeping quiet. He has fallen.
Mhm.
He has fallen in line behind Malta.
Okay.
Are we still strapped?
No.
No. You guys are all
weapons.
You guys are all standing there.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean are you carrying weapons?
Yes.
Oh, fuck no.
No.
Fuck.
We
no.
surrendered those a while ago. I
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah. No, you are not rolling up on Malta's base. You are not rolling up on Malta. And I don't care about your Second Amendment rights. They don't exist on the Tyrant Beggar Moon base.
Sasha.
Welcome to Freedom Moon.
Is there a femur I can grab to beat these assholes with?
Sasha walks over to Brecht. Sorry, I couldn't remember his name. Sasha walks over to Brecht, and he says, "Is this your agreement?"
This is the agreement that we have with Malta. Is that my job and the particular freedoms that I enjoy along with my breakers is that we have skills that are uniquely valuable to this particular organization. And for that, we are compensated with maybe a few more resources, and certainly a few more freedoms than maybe some of the rank and file here within the otherwise the rest of the base. And I'm sorry to tell you, son, but we're going to have that ship one way or the other.
Sasha takes in what he says, kind of chews on it for a second, and he says, "Brecht, in another life, I think maybe you would have been part of our crew."
I take that as a compliment, sir.
But it's unfortunate you are not now, because I think you would be a good ally.
So I can take from the tone of your voice that you are not going to be taking Malta's offer to join us.
I am not I'm not angry, Brecht. I am disappointed.
Did you just dad speech Brecht?
Okay, I need you to roll something for that.
Oh God!
If you are going to pull the shit I pull on my children,
I need you to make a dad check.
I need you to make a dad check on intellect.
Quick,
right.
do you have any white New Balance sneakers on to give you a bonus?
Pull your socks up.
Do
Pull
you
your
have
socks up.
I will
No,
kill.
I'd be wearing
holster.
if it's Sasha, he'd be wearing Adidas.
Actually, first, I'm gonna let you roll on combat because I think it's funny. Because I think it's funny. You're having mental combat with this guy. So,
All right.
Checks out. Checks out
Alright.
as a dad.
It's
I understand.
it's a bigger number, Rich. So
Oh, okay.
only
That's good.
slightly, but it's a bigger number.
Combat is 37.
Oh, geez.
Oh no!
Don't worry about it.
That's a giant fail.
Okay, try
Fuck
you, Rillin.
re-roll it, and I'm going to give you your secondary check on strength because there could be an intimidation factor. Dads always
Okay,
have intimidation.
Strength is 43.
Yep.
That's also a fail. 89.
Honest to fuck, will you please pass a check once? Just
Hang on.
once.
Fail.
I just
Fail. Fail.
Uh,
Crit fail. Fail.
Hey, Rich.
Fail. Like, I don't know what you want.
Hold on. Are those dice you bought from me?
Yes.
I'm gonna replace them for free.
Send
hey,
the
silver linings.
Dad,
Holy crap.
send the bill to me. I mean, I'm starting to feel dirty as a GM. I mean, honest to God.
Yeah.
All right, so
God damn it.
That one that went on the floor passed.
I guess as Sasha's,
after
speaking to Breck, Reggie's going to chime in a little bit and say, Malta, I see that you've identified that we have some social skills. Would this be something that we could, work for the community? I mean, we'd be happy to put our skills to use for you.
I have no doubt that you could work for the community. There's no question about it. However, there is no one that becomes a part of this community without giving something up. That is how we roll. That is our way. Now,
Breck, what did you give up for the community?
Can you not see me directly in front of you? Did you think this happened in, I don't know, cutting up lemons?
I would hope it didn't in your face.
It looked like it would sting a little bit.
Well, Malta,
roll for comedy, Snuffy. No, just kidding.
Okay, so I am looking around to see if there's anything I can use as an improvised weapon in this room.
Hang on. Yeah, John?
I'm sorry, Eric. Are you talking to John or are you talking to Malta? Because
No,
Eric has
John.
his hand up in character.
Hey, John, you should probably look at our character sheets and tell us what we don't have with us. That'd be the
Probably
easiest way to
anything
do
that's a weapon or explosive.
You don't have
I
weapons.
just assume we have nothing.
You have no.
So,
I've not stripped you clean. You have like
we probably don't have our SMGs.
You don't have a vibe shetty. You don't have. I mean, you might have a lockpick set. You probably have infrared goggles.
Chances are, with how much he drew attention to it, Eric probably doesn't have that flare gun anymore.
Do I still have my fire poker of no bullshit?
I'll allow the fire poker of no bullshit because it's literally a stick with a blackened end.
It doesn't look like a weapon.
Right.
Okay.
And I'm unsure what it does, but that's fine.
I also have a rail spike bottle opener.
Yeah, you probably have a bottle opener.
Do I have my flashlight?
You have a flashlight.
Is it like a mag light for those security guards with the 4D cells?
It is not. It is not a police interrogation enhancer.
Oh,
Police interrogation flashlight.
Yeah.
Okay. So, where did we just leave off?
I'm going back into character now. Eric's got his hand up. Malta says, "Yes, sir. What can I do for you?"
Am I correct in my understanding that the purpose of this ritual is because the community demands a sacrifice, not that the community wishes to partake in consumption of flesh? The consumption is secondary.
The consumption is absolutely secondary at this point. We have a thriving food economy at this point. Did you smell that smell as we were coming down the corridor? Any of you? Any of you? Perhaps it was a little strong coming through the air.
I don't think it was described to us as we went through there.
Yeah, I don't think it was either, GM.
No, that's fine. That was out of character. I'm asking you now in character. Did you get?
Oh, okay.
Put two and two together, kids. Did you smell that smell? That is our sheep ranch. Only a few, shall we say, corridors away. We have mastered the science of deep space, low atmosphere sheep ranching.
Sasha gets really interested, and he says,
"They are not that kind of sheep, sir."
I thought it was Slavic, not Scottish.
He
gets
careful, buddy.
We have all the virgin wool we want. Thank you.
No, he gets really interested, and he says, he puts his hands on Malta and realizes a second later it's probably not like a proper thing to do, but kind of does it anyway, and says, "You have cloned sheep?"
We have a thriving, genetically diverse set of sheep. We were very, very fortunate, in one of the ships that we were able to bring down was a cargo ship that had a large contingent destined for another place.
Sasha is trying to contain himself, and he says, We tried for decades to clone sheep on New Mothra. Please show me your sheep.
I am certain that your interest in sheep, combined with your good looks and your supple hands, will make a fine addition to our colony. However, the fact remains that a sacrifice must be made. None are exempt.
Sasha says, "Look, you have sheep. You show us sheep. We make deal after."
I think that's fine. A little weird, but I think it's fine. Yes, Mister.
Says,
Yes.
Sasha,
Go ahead.
Sasha looks at her and he says, "Please show us where sheep is."
If you would just calm down for just a half a second, Mr. Eric apparently has a question. Mr. Eric, you have the finest manners of any non-human I have ever met.
Thank you, Malta.
What can I do?
If my well-known public intention has been to add additional limbs to this body, would I be skirting the arrangement that you are discussing, were I to remove a limb and then add limbs later?
I think that could be possibly arranged. I think that I honestly the purpose of the ritual, as we know it, it's become more of a religion for us than anything else, is to show the inclusion, and that by consumption of the donated body part, we all become part of each other, and that is our way. In your case, however,
sorry, go ahead.
In your case, however, digestion may not be possible. However, what I just witnessed you perform here on this gentleman over here was something that we have not seen in many years here on this colony, and I think we could possibly sacrifice the consumption of an occasional body part to help provide you the decoration that you so richly might earn here on this base.
I am excited for my spiritual awakening.
I am glad to hear that. Yes, Mr. Reggie, you have your hand up. I tell you, it did not take long for this particular group of individuals to show some respect. Yes,
I'm setting a trend. Oh no, Eric is not supposed to be a role model.
Eric has shown me that politeness goes a long way with you, and I apologize for interrupting earlier. But a little bit about myself. I am a scientist by nature, but I also have skills like Eric does that you might find useful with human anatomy and surgery and first aid.
Well, this is absolutely a red letter day for us here. We are on a and then as she's speaking, John the butcher comes up behind her and taps her on the shoulder and whispers in her ear.
John the butcher?
That's he said that earlier.
You mentioned him before.
Yes.
John the Ripper. Excuse me, John the Ripper.
John the Ripper. This is getting worse.
Not the butcher, the Ripper.
My apologies. I assume Butcher and Ripper were both some sort of really bad doctor.
Yeah. Well,
maybe it's a good doctor by their standards.
Well, anyway, so whispers in her ear, "Gentlemen, I must take my leave, and I apologize for my rudeness. We will get back to this conversation at our earliest opportunity." And she and John leaving you. Now, just to be clear, who's in the room? It is now the four of you together again, and Dean in the corner. Dean starts to relax immediately upon John and Malta leaving the room.
That's a good sign.
Brecht is gone then, or is he still there?
Brecht is still with you. Thank you for the reminder. Brecht is still with you.
Okay.
If you can be anything, be efficient.
Mm-hmm.
Sasha waits for them to walk out the door.
The door's closed. They're gone.
And he walks over to Brecht and he says, "Can you please explain this sacrifice?"
You bet. Do You may not have been able to tell this because I have had it for a very long time, but you know that you will notice that I've walked with somewhat of a slight limp.
Yes.
Now that is because below the knee on my left leg there is no human left. When it became my time to join the colony, I had no other choice. I had to join, so they had to take part of me to join up. I was none too happy about it, but Malta's right. There's just at this point in time, outside of what you and I have talked about, there's nothing for us to do but either join and capitulate and buy yourself enough time to get yourself out of here. It has been lost on Brecht that Dean is still in the room.
Oh, he doesn't realize he's there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the motto of Neo Hampshire.
I'm sorry, I'm unfamiliar with Neo
What?
Hampshire.
Join or die.
I'm sorry. Say that again, Eric, because I heard laughing.
Join or die.
Join or die. I mean, you're not terribly wrong, Eric. That is the option that Malta gives you, and that son of a bitch, John, at her side is the chief priest of this cult. He is the one that takes the limbs and then prepares the. We walked through it on the way here. You've seen the altar, you've seen what goes on here, and what? Wait, what are you doing over there, you son of a bitch? You get over here. And he's looking at Dean. I'm sorry. I wasn't helping. Don't hurt me. And Brecht starts heading towards Dean.
So Sasha kind of steps not in between them, but a little bit kind of toward them, and he says to Brecht, "Is this the Dean we have heard about?"
He's talking to Brecht and he's asking about Dean.
Yeah, Sasha's talking to Brecht and asking about Dean.
Okay. I don't know too much about this guy. This guy's squirrely as shit. I've seen him around. He mostly just squirrels away in the shadows anytime I get near. He, from what I understand, this little son of a bitch is trying to get. He's nothing but a troublemaker. And his girlfriend has got a voice that would pierce the sky.
Sasha says, I understand. And then he looks at Dean and tries to be not threatening, non-threatening Slav. And
not real.
Yeah. Okay. So
So
he says, he looks at him and he says, Dean, my name is Sasha.
Hi, Sasha.
I want to thank you. Oh, stop, Brett. He says, I want to thank you for looking after our friend.
He was very nice. Reggie was very nice to me, so it was the least I could do. I didn't do him much good, but at least he didn't die.
I appreciate that, and if we can at some point go back to our ship, I will give you a token of our appreciation.
Sasha, Malta ship.
No, whatever.
What the fuck,
he knows
Reggie?
what he knows what he means. Sasha looks up and he says, "Pay no attention to Hanoi Reggie. He's okay."
That's very nice of you. I like things that are for ships because I think that if there's some way that we could find, well, I need to be careful. I can't talk. Ian Todd told me not to talk about it. Ann told me not to talk about it to anybody, but Reggie. But I can talk to about Reggie because Reggie and Ann and I are friends, and because we know each other and we know what things. Right, Reggie?
Reggie, yes.
So I want to be quiet now. It's hard here. Brecht's scary.
Sasha Sasha said, how old is Dean? Like, does he appear?
Dean appears to be like 15, 16, 17 years
15,
old.
16?
Yeah, he is, but he is clearly on the spectrum.
Oh yeah, I kind of got that. So he says to him, Dean, how long have you been here?
Dean, I can't remember. It's been a long time, and I have other friends other than Anne. You know that, right?
No, I'm sure you have plenty of friends.
I have many people that listen to me because I have good ideas, and I have ideas that maybe will make us all better. But Brecht
you
has,
seem
I think
seem
Brecht
very intelligent.
And he looks up.
Hey,
at
Dean, what kind of ideas do you got?
I have ideas that could make all of us better, but and he looks up. He looks up at Brecht in a rare moment of clarity from Dean. He looks at Brecht square in the eye and goes, "And some people have ideas too." And
you looked at Brecht, you said?
At Brecht, square in the eye.
Sasha says,
Dean knows.
Sasha looks at Brecht and he says, "So, what are your ideas, Brecht? Because we know Malta's ideas."
I don't
His
know.
ideas is that he's gonna hit a teenager.
You little son of a bitch! You tell me what you've been up to. What? And all of a sudden, you know, Dean's getting very agitated. Dean's getting very agitated. I you know, I get around. I see things. And there's parts of your base over there that I noticed that you have very shiny parts that are laying around, and that's not normal, and that's not something I don't think Malta would like.
Dean's gonna die.
And Brecht is visibly shaken by this.
Our next mission's gonna be a missing persons report.
No, Dean.
Yeah.
Did you tell
yeah,
your
Reggie,
friends that you have about
you're
that?
so much better. I'm very happy about that.
Yeah.
You're so nice. What can I do for you, my friend?
Well, did your friends know about this? The things you've seen?
What friends? Oh, my friends know a lot. Everything I say, we are a family. We are a family, and we are very, very close. Especially Anne.
Dean,
Anne says lots of things.
If I remember, now, guys, how is Brecht? Can we talk candidly in front of Brecht? I mean, do you feel like we can trust him?
I mean, are you saying that out loud in front of Brecht?
Yeah, I am, because I haven't really met Brecht except for when he walked into the room.
Oh,
that's true.
I am a man of infinite integrity in these parts.
Didn't Brecht have a French accent in the last episode?
No, he was
that was the other
guy. The guy who led us to Brecht.
Yeah.
No,
Marlo.
No, Brecht.
Marlo
had the southern accent, and Brecht had the French accent.
Oh shit, you're right. God damn it.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah,
well,
he was.
You know, I had forgotten perhaps what part of the moon I am from. So I will. I reserve the right to become more French.
Hey, I like your fries.
Your freedom fries. Yeah?
I will take the French fries, or frites, as the Belgian calls them.
Anyway, getting back to the story, regardless of what fucking accent Brecht has this episode.
Brecht, I mean no offense, but I've just met you, and Dean's kind of taken care of me for the last few days in this difficult situation. But I don't want to have Dean get in trouble for his big ideas before we go sharing things.
I have no interest in anyone in this colony becoming another one of Malta's victims.
So why don't you catch me up on what you've shared with my friends that I'm not privy to, and then we'll have Dean tell us about his friends that might be able to get us out of here.
Is this guy cool? He looks at the three of you.
Sasha looks at me and says, cool? I don't know.
He is very likely to remain calm.
But he is not cool, but he is part of our crew, so you can trust him.
All right, I will trust you guys. So, and I promise you, Dean, if this becomes an issue, you will regret it. As will all of your section. And I know that you've got a faction. I know about you, I know about Ann, I know about the rest of y'all. And I know that you are no friend of Malta either. We have the means by which to leave this moon once and for good. But I'm also here to tell you that we all can't go.
No,
Brett. Wait, and Dean goes, what do you mean leave the moon? I've heard that there's other places and that that there's things there. What are you thinking about? And you pipe up. Go ahead, Reggie.
So Brecht, what exactly are you missing for your plan?
You guys will now tell him what's missing because you guys agreed on some parts that are available on the Tingler.
Yeah, almost inconsequential parts for our ship, right?
Yeah, some power conduits. Some there's the big piece appears to be a navigation system.
Navigation,
like you can find it like your local electrical supply store.
Yeah.
Well, Brecht, you're in luck that I'm very well with some star charts with my astrogation, and I might be able to help us with if the navigation system's down.
That's all fine and good, son. But can you handle the power distribution that is associated with such a navigation system? It's not just about star charts, my boy. It's all about the fact that we've got to regulate the thrusters, especially while we're all sitting in the coolers in the back of the ship.
Well, lucky for you, I know a hell of a crewman that should be able to help us with that.
All right. Well, it seems to me that we have a mutual understanding here. I will live to regret this unholy union between my boys, the Breakers, and Dean and his faction. But it looks like we're in this together. None of us want to stay on this moon even one more minute than we have to.
So Reggie's going to look at Dean and so Dean. Now, with that being said, you now know where we all stand, and as you know, I'm your friend, and I'm on your side. Do you think your friends would be able to help us break free from Malta's grasp?
Give me an intellect check.
Yeah.
Do I get any modifiers?
Do you have anything that would? Do you have any kind of charisma-based, convincing powers that might be useful? You don't have psychology. You don't have. I don't see anything. Try just. Okay. You're gonna have to roll the less than 44.
God damn it.
42.
That's real close. Whoa.
I'm scared, Mr. Reggie. I'm scared.
I know you are.
Ann and I have we don't have we have some. But Mr. Breck says that not all can come. And can Ann come, Mr. Breck? And there are 6 cryotubes and there's 4 of you. Well, that would mean that only you and Ann would be able to join us. Are you comfortable with that? And Dean rocks back and forth. And he goes, Ann is having more trouble these days. Things are not like how it used to be for us. But I would give anything to get off of this place for her. So I will do everything I can. I will help. I know things. I have places. I have ways of getting from here to there. You didn't even know I knew about your Lucifer, did you?
What?
What the fuck did he just say?
Name drop. So he hasn't just been like going and snooping around. He's been eavesdropping.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know, boy, about Lucifer? I've seen Lucifer. I know you're close. I know you're very close. I know you're very close. Closer than anyone else knows that you are. I want me and we can. I will help you. I will help you. Things will not be good between now and the time that we are able to leave. There will be things that will be happening. I know that to be the case. I'm different. I am not the same. There's many things that have to happen between now and then, but I will help you. What, Mr. Snuffy Man? I'm only known you for a long time. What is it? Is there something I can answer for you?
I'd like to talk to Breck about these cryo chambers.
Then why didn't you raise your fingers to him? Because I am over here, and now I am very sad about the fact that you made me think that you wanted to talk to me, even though you didn't want to talk to me.
Would you like a hug, Dean? I will give you a hug.
You scare me. I don't want any part of you. You go away.
That sounds like a threat.
No. But yes, Mr. Snuffy. Thank you for weirding out my friend over here.
Hey, it's what I do. My apologies. You're talking about these cryo tubes. You obviously still need parts from our ship. We have cryo tubes on our ship, and Reggie's pretty fucking handy with a spanner, or a sonic screwdriver, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Might we take some of those cryo tubes, since you're already having to take parts, and add them to the Lucifer?
Well, that is certainly an interesting perspective that I had not necessarily thought of. And I think that we should probably, at this point in time, we're going to have to deal with the situation with Malta. You have clearly rejected her offer. Now, I can tell you how this has worked out in the past. When, and not, at this point, I'm completely unsure what the fuck actual, accent I'm supposed to be using. So, for now, the rest of this episode, he's going to be Southern. Who knows what he could be next time.
I mean, he could just be John, too. That's fine.
He could be me.
He could have split personalities.
We're not sure who John is really anyway, so there you go.
What is John? What is
Thanks,
John?
Jim Carrey.
Yeah. So,
what is John?
Yeah. So, there's the Lucifer has only has a certain amount of space, but perhaps we can get over there during the course of all this stuff, and we can take a look at it. But I will tell you how this is. People who have rejected the offer, and this may work in our advantage, and we should probably discuss this before Malta comes back. Generally, the way that this has worked in the past when unfortunates have rejected the offer to become a part of our colony is that they are returned to their ship. And there they will stay until they die. We have time. We play the long game on this base. We don't need to rush in with weapons and kill you, because this planet will take a good care of that all by its lonesome. And so my recommendation would be that you stand your ground, gentlemen. Let them take you back to that ship. We'll go our way, you go yours. But we will be back together. And we'll have a look-see and see what we can do to take your ship and our ship, and maybe we can make more room for some of the boys here, some of the boys and girls. And we can all get out of this world together.
Okay.
Shit, yeah, Brett. Let's do that.
Okay. And that will bring to a close tonight's adventure. And what will take place at this point is that Malta comes back in, and you have reaffirmed to Malta your decision to not be ritually amputated. And she reaffirms her regret that you have chosen that, and explains to you that you are going to be returned to your ship, and there you will stay. And that she reminds you that her people are watching, and that any attempt to make some type of an assault on her base, or to take things from her base will be met with great resistance and will be punished with all of their might, because everything that is on this moon belongs to Malta, one way or the other. And that is where we leave it off. So,
All right.
to recap, where we are is the Intrepid crew is back together aboard the Tingler. And that is where you will find yourself at the beginning of our next episode. And an unholy alliance has been forged between Dean and Brecht, two individuals that had never thought it would be possible that they would ever be aligned. Neither of them is necessary.
Brecht are with us.
What's that?
Dean and Brecht are on the Tingler with us.
No, they are not. Only
No,
the
but
crew
they're
of the
on our
Tingler.
side.
They are.
Okay.
They are working from within, and they are your last best hope of getting off of this planet in one piece, alive.
Got it. Okay.
Did Brecht return any of our weapons or things like that, or just what we have on us and what's on the Tingler?
I thought we left our weapons on the ship.
I just assumed they weren't found.
I thought we had to surrender them.
They were
Yeah, I thought we
surrendered.
surrendered
The three of you, who were taken by Brecht's breakers, would have been confiscated by them and probably taken to their ship. Reggie, on the other hand, would have had anything that was on his person would have been taken with him, and unfortunately would have been confiscated by the people in the colony. Now, that's not to say you're fucked. You have somebody on the inside in the colony who's pretty good at being sneaky. So
Yeah.
I have the stats for Dean, and I am sure that Dean would want to work in your best interest. Okay? I cannot guarantee that the dice will be in your favor, but at the beginning of our
It's fine. We just won't have Rich roll.
Wow. Okay.
I will roll. Although he's rolled horse shit like 15 times in a row, he's got to pass sometime, right?
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
'Cause instead of Rick rolling, it's Rich rolling, and I'm just here and never going to give you up.
Throw a number at me. Watch me fail.
Okay, so let's say
88.
It's a little high there, bud.
Speed. Drop under 38.
I believe in you.
Roll under 30.
What'd you say?
Roll under 38.
What's a 0-0?
That is a critical. That is a critical success.
What the fuck, Rich? Way to pull it out for once.
Dean is now in possession of your entire kit, Adam.
All right.
Dean has everything that you had on your person that remotely resembled anything that could do bodily harm to anything, and it is now in his possession. And nobody
So he found my pack.
He found your pack, and there is and nobody knows he has it, except Anne. And nobody really wants to talk to Anne.
I wonder why.
She's the best Dean could do. So
little Dean.
Dean's got a big ass heart, though. Dean's got a heart this fucking big. Anyway,
He's got a great personality.
He's just.
I don't know about that though either.
Yeah, he's got a big heart. He's got a big heart.
He's a good dude.
So
that's why he's my friend.
That, folks, is a wrap for tonight's podcast. We will pick this up with the crew of the Tingler on the Tingler, and we'll see how things unfold for our adventures on the next episode of the Mothership RPG. Good night, everybody.
All right. Good night.
Good night, folks.
That's all, folks.